So today we are going to start our new session number 5, adding graphics in Calc and printing worksheets. In this session, we are going to study how we can insert graphics or images in Calc worksheet and how we can take a printout of those worksheets. So this is our new topic 5.2, inserting graphics or images. The first practical topic is how to insert graphic or image from a file. So how can we insert any graphic or any image from a file from the computer? So we are going to open our software first. So this is our Calc software, and the first thing we are going to study is how can we insert graphic or image from a file. So for that we will click on insert, and then from here we will click on picture, and then we will click on from file. So suppose this picture I will select, and then I will click on open. This picture will get inserted. We have to click on the cell where we want to insert the picture. So I just clicked here, that is why the picture got inserted from here. Okay. So if you want to go for a picture from here, then we'll click on insert and then picture and then from file, and then from here we will select any picture and then click on open. So you can see the picture got inserted from here. One more option we have is by clicking here from file in the pictures toolbar. This is the pictures toolbar. Next topic is how to make picture toolbar visible if it is not visible. You can see the picture toolbar is visible right now, but sometimes the picture toolbar is not visible. Suppose I will click on view and then toolbar, and from there I will deselect it. You can see so I just deselected the pictures toolbar, and this pictures toolbar is not visible now. So I have deselected this pictures toolbar from here. Now the question comes, if we have the picture toolbar not visible, then how can we make them visible? So I will click on view, then click on toolbar, and from here I will select picture. It will make the picture toolbar visible again. Here you can see the picture toolbar. This is the picture toolbar. This is the picture toolbar. It is now visible. Our next topic is how can we insert graphic or image using drag and drop. So we will open Calc, and then we will open picture, and suppose I want to insert this picture in Calc. So I will just drag this picture from here, and I will just drop this picture here, and this picture will get inserted. So this way we can insert a picture using drag and drop option. Next, what is gallery? OpenOffice comes preloaded with certain graphics and certain sound. Either you are working in OpenOffice.org, Calc or Impress, there are preloaded, pre-installed certain graphics and sounds that you can insert in all of your OpenOffice document, and they are found in gallery. The objects or the graphics in the gallery are grouped together by themes. So let us open gallery. We'll click on tools and then click on gallery, and you can see these objects are grouped together in themes: arrows theme, backgrounds theme, bullets theme. Okay, so all the graphics which are connected or which are resembling people are in the people theme. All the rulers are in rulers theme. So they are grouped together by themes. For example, all types of people graphics are grouped under people theme. All types of rulers are grouped under rulers theme, and so on. Now the question comes, how can we insert graphic or image from gallery? So we have opened gallery. Let us first close gallery, and I will just delete this image. So we have to insert image or graphic from gallery. So first of all, we will open gallery tool and then gallery, and we have opened gallery. We have one more option. We can click on gallery from here also. This will also open gallery. Suppose I have this theme, I want to insert this one. Just I will drag it from here and I will release it here, and the graphics or the image will get inserted in the calc worksheet. Okay, one more option we have. Suppose I want to insert this image. Okay, I will just right click and then select insert and then click on copy. The image will get copied. The image will get copied. Again we will see what happened. Gallery, and then suppose any other image. Suppose this one. Right click, then insert and then copy. The image will get copied. Then to close this, we'll click on tools and then click on gallery. So this way we can insert any graphic or image from gallery. Next thing is clipboard. You know about clipboard? It is the area, a temporary area in the memory that temporarily holds the items. Whatever item you copy or you cut. Either you cut or copy text, or you cut or copy graphics, or you cut or copy image, or you cut or copy any other value. So whatever you cut or copy is saved in this temporary memory. This is called clipboard. Now whenever you want to paste it somewhere, this image or text will get pasted from the clip part to that place, from the clipboard to that place. So whenever we copy an image or graphic from a software using copy command or Ctrl+C, or cut command using Ctrl+X, or sometimes we just right click and then select cut also. For copy we just select the text or the image and then right click and then copy, or we go for the shortcut Ctrl+C or Ctrl+X. Then it gets saved in clipboard, and whenever we paste it somewhere using Ctrl+V, it gets pasted from clipboard. Now the question comes, how to insert graphic or image from clipboard? So first of all, we will either copy or cut any image. So suppose I have this image of Zoom. So this is my image. I will just right click and then click on copy image, and here I want to paste the image. So I will just click on edit and then I will select paste, or I can go for the shortcut Ctrl+V. The image will get pasted. Now the next topic is 5.3, managing graphics or images. First of all, we will see how we can align graphics. When there are more than one image or graphic object in a worksheet, you can align them with respect to one another. Means you can align their left edge, you can align their right edge, you can make one image in the center of another image. Okay, you can make one image in the left of another image. So you can align images, two images. So we will see how we can do this. 6 options for alignment are available. For horizontal alignment we have left alignment, center alignment and right, and for vertical we have top alignment, center alignment and bottom. So let us see, if we have two images, how can we align one image with respect to another. So suppose we have two images here, this one is one image, this one is one more image, and I want to align one image to the right of another image, one image to the left of another image, one image in the center of another image. So how can we do this? Okay, so suppose this one is the image, I will just click on shift, and then this one is the image, both the images we have selected. Okay, I will click on format, and then I will go to alignment, and from here we have the options left, centered, right, top, center, bottom. So I will going for left. You can see this image is aligned to the left of this image. Okay, you can see this image is aligned to the left of this image. Again I will go to format and then alignment and then centered. This image is now in the center of this image. Again I will click on format, then alignment, and I will click on top. This image is now at the top of this image. So this image is aligned with respect to this image. It is either in the center of this image, it is either in the front of this image. Okay, one more thing we can do, again alignment, and then we can go to right also. Now it is aligned to the right of this image. So this way we can align one image with respect to another image. So you have seen this also, format and then alignment. 6 options are available: left, center and right. These are horizontal alignment options available, and top, center and bottom, these are vertical alignments which are available. We have seen how we can align multiple images or graphic objects with respect to one another. These are used when you want to insert one image in the center of another image. That is the reason why we use this option, aligning graphics. Next is arranging graphics. Graphics in Calc document are maintained in a manner to a deck of cards. Suppose we have a deck of 4 cards. So one card is at the front, then we have the second layer, second card, then we have the third layer, third card. So all the cards are over one another. So one over the other. So at the front we have one card, then in the second layer we have second card, then third card, then fourth card. All the cards are there. Now in images also, one image, suppose you can see one image like this. This is the first image, and second image is behind this, then third image. Like a deck of cards, we have images one after another. Okay, so to arrange these graphics, we tell Calc to change the order of the layer. So whenever you insert image, one more layer is inserted. One image is on one layer, then second image is on second layer, and like this we create multiple layers, and images are there on different layers. But suppose you want to change the layer of the image. So first of all, let us change this option. Now you can see we have 2 images. So you know that the 2 images are having 2 different layers. This is at the front, this is at the back. So this is on the first layer, this is on the second layer. Now if you want to change the layer, the question comes, how to arrange multiple images or graphic objects, means how to change their layer. Okay, so that one comes at the front, one goes to the back, one comes at the first layer, one goes to third layer. How can we do this? So we are going to arrange multiple images or graphic objects. So these are our images or graphic objects. Now we have to arrange them. Okay, so for that we will go to format. First of all, we will select them and then click on format, and here we will click on arrange. Okay, here you will see bring to front, forward 1, back 1, send to back. Bring to front means it will come one layer front, and if you will use send to back, it will go one layer back. Okay, Let us see these images. Suppose we have this image and this one like this. So you can see this is at the front and this is at the back. Now we'll go to format and then arrange, and then I want bring to front. First we will select this image. This image I want to bring to the front. So I will just click on format, then arrange, and then click to bring to front. Now you can see this image will come at the front. First it was at the back side, now it has come at the front. Now again format and then arrange and then send to back. So this second image will come at the front. You can see it has gone to the back side. Okay, so this way we can format or arrange the images. Now if you have multiple images, then you can go for direct one, or if you have two images, then you can go for these options. Okay, now the next option is flipping images. Flipping an image. Flipping an image means reorienting the image in a way so that it spins 180 degree, either vertically or horizontally. So let us see this. What do you mean by flip? Okay, so suppose this one is my image and I want to flip this image 180 degree, either horizontally or either vertically. So for that I will click on format and then select flip. So we have two options, flip vertically, flip horizontally. Suppose I am going for vertically first. See, the image got flipped 180 degree. It turned upside down. It turned upside down. So if you want to make the image turn upside down, you will go for flip. So flipping an image means reorienting the image in a way so that it spins 180 degree, either vertically or horizontally. We will see how we can flip the image horizontally also. So format and then flip and then horizontally. You can see the image has flipped horizontally. We can do this to this image also. Format and then flip and then horizontally. You can see this image has flipped horizontally 180 degree. So we have discussed how to flip images or graphic objects. Next is grouping images. If we have two or more than two images and we want both the images to act as one, then we will go for grouping images. If we want to apply same effect on multiple objects, multiple images, and I want them to act as though they are a single object, we group them. Grouping let us rotate them, flip them, move them, resize them, all the objects at the same time, because they are now connected. We have combined them. So now they will not act as two, they will act as one. So they will act as though they are a single shape or single object. So we will see how we go for the grouping. So how to group multiple images or graphic object. Suppose we have two images here, two graphics, shift and then this one. So we have selected these two images. I will click on format and then go to group and then click on group. Now you can see both the images have now been connected or attached. Now they will work as if they are one. You can see they are moving as if they are one. You can resize both the images at the same time. Okay, so they will act as if they are one. They will act as if they are a single shape. You can rotate both of them, you can flip both of them, you can move both of them, you can resize both of them. This is called grouping the object. Next thing is ungrouping. Ungrouping is reverse of grouping. That is, it makes the individual item free of the other item. Means it is detachment of one image from another In grouping, we actually connect or attach one image to another, and in ungrouping, we detach these two images. Now they are free of each other. Now they will work independently. Now they will work independently. So for ungrouping, how to ungroup multiple images or graphic object. So for ungrouping, we have the option, we have selected these two grouped images. Now to ungroup them, again click on format, then group, and then click on ungroup. And now we have ungrouped these two images. Again we will click on format, then group, and then okay, it will take some time. Now you can see both the images are now ungrouped. Now they are working as if they are independent of each other, free from each other. So we have ungrouped them. Next thing is managing graphic objects. We can change the position of the graphic object, means we can change the position of the image. We can change the rotation angle of the image. We can change the size of the image or graphic, or we can add outline to the image or graphic. We can fill its area also as per our requirement. So this way we are actually managing the graphic object. The first question is how to change the position of the graphic object, how to change the rotation angle of the graphic object, and how to change the size of the graphic object. Okay, so this is our graphic object, this is our graphic object, and we have to study how we can change its position, its rotation angle, and its size. So for that we will first come here. This is our object which we are going to work on. Then for changing the position, rotation angle or size, we will click on format, then click on graphic, and from here we have the option position and size. So here comes the option of position. Here we can go for any other position, suppose 5. Okay, here I can change the size of the image, suppose 3.57, I can go for 9. Okay, so here we have changed the position of the image, we have changed the size of the image also. The next thing was rotation. So using this I can change the rotation of the image also. So first of all, let us see how we have changed the position and size. You can see we have changed the position also and we have changed the size also of the image or any other graphic object. Again we will go to format, then click on graphic, and from here position and size. Now if you want that no one should be able to change the position of your image, no one should be able to do this, so you can lock the position from here. Okay, now click on OK. Now no one will be able to change the position of your image. Now your image is intact at the same position. Format, then graphic, and then position and image. Deselect it. Now you will have the option to change the size also and change the position also. Now we are going to change the rotation angle of the image. So first of all we will select the image. We have selected the image, then format, and then graphic, and then position and size. So it is not coming. Now format, then graphic, and then position and size, and again the degree it is not coming. So we'll select this one, click on format, then graphic, and then position and size, and we can change the rotation angle from here. Angle, suppose I want to rotate it with 30 degree, I will just click on OK. The image will get rotated with 30 degree. So this way we can rotate the image, we can change the size of the image also, and we can change the position of the image also. Okay, now next topic is how to add an outline or fill area of graphics. Suppose you want an outline, means a lining around this image. So how to go for a lining around any image? So select the image and then we'll click on format, then we will click on graphic, and from here we will select line for the outline. Here the style is none, so I will go for a line. I can change the color of the line also, suppose magenta or pink red, and then OK. So we have one line, we have one outline of the image. If you want to go for an outline of the image, you can do this. Or if you want to fill the area of the image, suppose this is our image and these are the areas which are not filled, they are empty, so I can fill these areas of the image. So next option is how to fill area of the graphics. So for that again we have the option format, then graphic, and from here first of all we'll click it, then graphic, and then area, and from here we can fill color. Suppose I'm going for the color yellow, so then you can see we have filled the color yellow. We can again go to format and graphic, and we can change the fill to gradient also. Multiple colors combined together, we can go for bitmap also, suppose water. So we have filled this in the vacant area of the image. This way we can fill the area of the image. Now our next topic is cropping. Cropping means cutting any extra portion from an image or any graphic around the edges. If we are not satisfied with the whole image and we want to cut some part of the image from edges, then we can go for cropping. Now the question comes, how to crop an image in Calc? Suppose we have an image and I want to crop the image. So let us first insert one image. Suppose this is my image that I have inserted. And I want to cut some portion of this image. I don't want the whole image, I want to cut some portion from here or from anywhere. So I can go for crop. Okay, now for cropping we have this shortcut, crop picture. Okay, click here, crop picture, and here it will ask you left, right, top, bottom. Because I wanted to cut the image from the left side, so I will go for left. You can see one lining has come. So suppose I want to go till here. Okay, till here I want to go, then I will click on OK, and you can see I have cut that part of the image from the edge or from the border. So this way we can crop any image if we want. Next we are having is 5.4, printing any worksheet or any chart. If the worksheet is having chart, then also I can print it, or without chart also. So how can we take a printout? How can we have a hard copy of the worksheet? First is, how can we print only the selected cells in a worksheet? The shortcut always will remain Ctrl+P. How to print only the selected cells in a worksheet? So suppose I have these cells with some numbers and I want to print only these cells. So I will select these cells, then click on file and then select print, or I can go for the shortcut Ctrl+P. I have used the shortcut Ctrl+P, and in general we have selected sheets, selected cell. I want to print only the selected cells, so I will select this one, selected cells, and now you can see only these selected cells are shown. Only these selected cells will get printed. The printer that I am having and number of copies, if I want to get 2 copies of the same page. Now how many pages do you want to print? So I want to print 1 page or 2 page. Okay, and then we have page layout, and then we have other options also. We'll go for general. So here if you want to print only the selected cells in a worksheet, then you will select the cells, then print option, and then we will select this one, selected cells, and then click on print. Only these selected cells will get printed. This way you can select a range and you can just print that range only. Okay, now next option is how to print only the selected sheet in a worksheet. You know very well that a workbook contains multiple worksheets. If you want to print a single worksheet, then you can just select the worksheet. Suppose I want to print sheet number 1 or sheet number 2 or sheet number 3. Suppose I want to print sheet number 2. Okay, I will just select this sheet and then click on file and then click on print, and you can see we have this sheet without any data. That is why it is showing no pages. Okay, but we have data in sheet number 1, but that we have not selected. So selected sheets, this option selected sheets will let you print only those sheets which you have selected. Then you click on print. Next option is how to print entire workbook, means all the sheets at the same time. So either shift sheet number 1, 2, 3, all of the sheets you want to print, you will click on file and print, or you can go for the shortcut Ctrl+P, and here we will select all sheets. Now you can see all of the sheets will be available. So we have this sheet with 2 pages and we don't have other sheets with any data, that is why it is showing only 2. But if you go for all sheets, whether you are in sheet number 2 also, then also it will show you the data of sheet number 1, because it lets you print the whole workbook. All sheets, we will select all sheets. So then you can see all the sheets are now available. We are in sheet number 2 without any data, but we are going to print the whole workbook. That is why the data of sheet number 1 is also shown. So if you want to print the whole workbook, means all the sheets in the workbook, you will go for all sheets option, then click on print. Okay, so we have completed the chapter.